What's going on, guys? This is Riggs from Clashing FFS, bringing you a brand new video, and boy, do we have a lot to talk about. Some big bombs got dropped just over the last couple days as far as the Clash community is concerned. What we're going to be looking at on the screen, what I'm going to be playing in the background for you guys, is we had From Molten Lava did have a random matchup against none other than WHF Rising. I believe they had a slight advantage. FML had a slight advantage, but it was a very good war nonetheless. So we'll just go ahead and let some of these replays play in the background while we go ahead and talk about some of these events that have taken place, as you guys have probably already seen from the thumbnail. And a lot of you watching this might have already heard, but still have a lot of questions and things like that. So I'm going to cover and just talk a little bit, you know, bringing back, well, not bringing back, but just doing another one of the hashtag Just Saying series continuing here. So the first thing I want to talk about and what it's going to mean to the game as far as the war scene is concerned, which is mainly what we cover on this channel, and that being dark looters and what happened. I mean, I have nothing to do with dark looters and their leadership. I don't know how long this was actually going on for, but for those of you that don't know, dark looters basically retired. They were already set to be a part of CWL Season 3. And again, for those of you guys that do not know, Dark Looters won Season 1. They were the crown champions in the very first season of CWL. And they also won Season 2. You guys can look, it's all over on YouTube, you know, all over Twitter, things like that. But they won both seasons back to back, 2 for 2. And they released a statement on Twitter. I'll also have their Twitter linked down in the description so you guys can go check them out. So you can read it for yourself just to get some more info. But they basically said how they're going to be retiring from the war scene. It's still going to be a clan. It's still going to be in existence. But Dark Looters is no longer going to be in the competitive war scene. You know, I imagine that's arranged wars. And of course, CWL they'll no longer be a part of. And I don't know how long this has been going on, you know, when this was decided, what it actually means, if it was been discussions for a while. I mean, outside looking in, I would imagine it was something probably brought up more recently, considering they filled out the application. Good hit by Heisenberg on this one, doing the clone bone. But I imagine it was something kind of new. If you think about it, they sent in their application for Season 3. I mean, everybody was already seeded. They obviously had the first seed, winning both, you know, the last 2 seasons. So they were ranked at the very, very top. And by them getting pulled, it just kind of changed everybody else's seeding. They had to bring another clan in, which I'll get into real quick, or just in a little bit here. But I mean, to me, it's really sad to know that, I mean, literally the best war clan, the best clan that this game has ever seen, I mean, that the world has ever seen as far as Clash of Clans is concerned, has now retired. I mean, all the innovative attacks, the 2 attacks you guys are watching right now, playing in the background, they're the ones who made this attack, guys, as well as many others. I don't even know what the actual name is, but a lot of us have been calling it the clone bone. But this was introduced to everybody, to the Clash world, in Season 2. They were using this attack in the finals against War and Glory. And it's just one of those clans that have always been relevant. You always knew about them. Anybody that's part of the war community knows about Dark Looters. I mean, back when I was at Town Hall 8, before I knew anything about the war scene, or just what I was getting into, because when I was at Town Hall 8, that's when Town Hall 8s were still in arranged wars and things like that. So the clan I was in, you know, we knew about him. We knew about him, and it was a clan, that was the clan everybody wanted to have an arranged war with. And this was way before, this was years, literally years before the CWL even existed. We were just doing even breakdowns. We way before Friendly Wars, of course. You know, the old school spins is what people are, you know, what people call them, doing the old school spins. Everybody wanted to have an arranged war with the Dark Looters, and knowing that they've that they've retired, it's just, you got to kind of take a step back, and it's just crazy, like what the real reason is. As far as their statement, they just said they had a lot of players that were more or less just kind of burned out. I mean, these guys, they countless hours went into base building, not only base building, but, you know, the FCing. And I know Itsu, how he runs his YouTube channel, and just the hours it takes to build a clan. And not only just build a clan that is number one clan in the world retiring. I mean, that's just crazy right there. I mean, definitely going to be in the Clash of Clans Mythical Hall of Fame, no doubt. So I tip my caps to you guys for what you guys have done for the Clash community. It really is amazing. And, you know, they're kind of passing on the torch. You know, they have nothing else to prove in the game, pretty much. And as far as their players, I know some of them are still going to be warring competitively. They're going to be dispersing into other clans. The core group is basically just going to be more or less on a hiatus, just doing random farm wars, I'd imagine. Don't know for certain, but that's basically the message that we got from their long message on Twitter. Again, I will have their Twitter account or their Twitter handle linked down in the description, so you guys can go ahead and check that out. But kudos to Dark Looters. Thank you for everything that you guys have done for the Clash community as a whole. I mean, definitely big shoes to fill. And, you know, it's nice knowing that, you know, what you guys have done for the Clash community. For anybody in Dark Looters who possibly could be watching this video, I do want to say thank you to you guys. I bid you farewell. And real quick, before I get into the main thing I want to talk about in this video, is who they're being replaced with. For those of you wondering, they're obviously no longer in CWL Season 3. They are being replaced by Cold September, which, if any of you have been paying any attention to Twitter or anything in the various Discord chats and things like that, I mean, I wouldn't say it's controversial. I wouldn't say Cold September coming back in Invite is controversial, but just how everything kind of played out. They originally were set, Cold September was originally set to be in CWL Premier. Apparently they didn't like that very much, so they pulled themselves out, went into the ICL. They went to the International Clash League, got accepted there in the Elite class, and that was announced, I think, for maybe a week or two. And you know, they put a message out, you know, talking about the admins, that there's certain things that had to be fixed before they went back. Something like 12 hours later, Dark Looters retires. Cold September goes from Premier to CWL, or to ICL Elite class. And then now they're in Invite now. So just kind of crazy, just kind of bouncing around. I definitely thought that was really strange, as well as a lot of others. But I do wish Cold September the best of luck in Invite, absolutely. And I wish all the clans in Invite the best of luck. You know, I mean, we're all going to need it, right? So, but the real thing I wanted to talk about in this video is a very, very good friend of mine, someone I do consider a close friend. And this is what saddens me the most, more than any of the news, more than Dark Looters, any of that, is for those of you that know of Rigoletto. Rigoletto and his podcast, I actually don't even know which one was first. I don't know if DL put out their statement first, but it was pretty much, I mean, damn near at the same time. Definitely coincidence though. Where Rigoletto announced that he was no longer going to be continuing with his podcast, which was, I mean, to me, it was absolutely devastating. And I don't have enough words to say to Rigoletto. And I know he's going to be watching this video, and it's, like I said, I'm kind of dumbfounded by the whole thing. I am at a loss for words. Don't have a pre-script or anything, just, you know, in these hashtag just sayings, we're just kind of rambling. But what he has done for the war community over the last 3 years, keep in mind, guys, his radio show, the ByeForever Show, he made back in 2014, in 2015, so that's 3 years. In 2015 is when he actually started having it where it was downloadable via iTunes. And every single Monday at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, he has had a radio show or a podcast that more or less, he was, what people called him and what he referred to himself as is the Howard Stern of Clash of Clans. Someone who really was always honest, always transparent, somebody that I looked up to, someone who I wanted to kind of resemble as far as the honesty that I try to put forward in my videos. The most unbiased person you could ever imagine. And again, just what he has done, similar to Dark Looters, what they did for the war community, what he did is he gave people, Rigoletto gave people a voice. He gave people so much of a voice where there was actually a time where he had so many people on voice. He had the voice room was able to seat 99 people. It went over that. His Discord channel crashed. He had so many people on voice. And this is what he had always done for the community, where he gave people a voice. Anytime that there was, whether it was controversial, he did not shy away. He would never shy away from any sort of controversy. Anything that was going on in the Clash of Clans community, every single Monday he would be the first to report it, and anybody involved in anything, whether it had to do with modding, anything, any type of, scandals or anything controversial within the CWL, and even before the CWL. Remember, CWL hasn't even been around an entire year yet. And he was doing this podcast back in 2014, guys, before any of this stuff. And I definitely want to thank him for what he has done to the Clash of Clans community. And I'll also have his Twitter handle linked in the description so you can check him out, where he had his own official statement that he released on Twitter. And the good news with this is he's still playing Clash of Clans. And just for right now, the ByeForever Show is on a hiatus. It's on a hiatus, but it will be returning, but in a different form. He basically, for those of you wondering, he had a family issue. He had a family issue that has to be taken care of. So he's more or less on a hiatus for the foreseeable future. He still wants to do a quote-unquote final podcast in the way we're used to seeing it, but will return in some form or another in the near future, I'm hoping. And I already told him, I'm going to have, as you guys see in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, I'm going to have a hashtag bring Rig back on every single video until he returns. But definitely want to thank Rigoletto for what he has done, providing everybody a voice and just having a fun podcast. Remember, a lot of people forget behind all the drama, behind all the controversies and all the scandals, that this game is about having fun. And people tuned in because they wanted to hear his thoughts, his opinions, listen to his facts that he has. And everyone knew that they would tune in to a fun show where you can speak your mind, where you can be honest, where you can be unbiased. And, and he's had all different kinds of people on his show. From Powerbang, Jake from One Hive. He had Clash with Ash, which I'm sure everybody watching this video has heard of, back when he had 5,000 subs. That's how long Rigoletto has been doing this. And have to tip my cap to Rigoletto for always being there, for always listening to the community. Basically the Cape Crusader, the Batman of Clash of Clans, and was just always honest to his audience. And it was something you could always take away and know that when you would tune into his show, you were going to get an amazing show. And like I said, we hope that he comes back, even if he has to do people have even said, even if he does a 30-minute radio show, even if he does a 30-minute, I mean, any form of Rigoletto is a good form. And I just wanted to say, personally, thank you to him for what he has done for the community. And I'll have his links down in the description, so make sure you guys check that out. Show him some love, get him back into Clash of Clans. And that's pretty much what I have to say for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned to the very end for something a little special that I have for the very end of the video, which is just going to be a few seconds away. And again, in the background, we just had From Molten Lava, a little bit of action from FML, taking on WHF Rising, getting the victory 114 to 106. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As always, this is Riggs from Clashing FFS, and I'll see you in the very next video.